I want to pull back on that just a little bit and talk to me about what you think the relationship between work and flow is, both personally, your own life, and what you see organizationally.
Yeah. Well, I think that one thing that is kind of the common umbrella between flow and efficiency and kind of both of our passions is ultimately we want performance, right? Like ultimately, I want people to work on things that make them happy, that tap into their unique strength. And in order to do that, I'm doing it from the angle of how do I remove the roadblocks and the scavenger hunt and all the wasted time so that we can maximize that ratio of.
Hold on, I'm going to ask you to pause. Define a term for me because we're going to use it again and again in a scavenger hunt.
This is the term I use in the book. And a lot of the terms I use, it's just straight from clients. I called my book Come Up for Air because the number one thing people say is drowning in work. When I ask people where they're wasting time, one of the number one things is they've got a scavenger hunt. So if you're listening right now, the scavenger hunt is anytime you have to look in multiple places for a piece of information that's just not in the bucket that you were expecting. You know, did Steven text me, or was that an email, or was that in Asana, or was that in Slack? And you end up spending more time looking for something than oftentimes it takes to get the work done, right? So if you can eliminate that scavenger hunt, which no one likes that. No one gets jazzed up in a flow state to go like, hey, where did I lose my keys today? And you have to go like searching around the house. Like you're stressed, you're angry, you're scared, like no one likes that. So it's the same thing with a document in work. It's just a digital scavenger hunt. And so how do you remove all that stuff to maximize time spent on things that you like doing? And I think that the relationship between flow and operational efficiency is how can you get into a state of flow when your brain is overwhelmed with stress? Like, oh my God, I've got all this stuff to do. Or, David Allen had a great quote, your brain is for having ideas, not holding ideas. So if you don't have systems to dump things that are in your head, and you have to carry around all these things, like, did I remember to take out the trash? Did I remember to email Steven? Did I remember to do this? Like all of that takes up brain space, and you'll know on the medical terms for a lot of these things. I'm not an expert at that, but I do know that in my experience, it's hard for me to get into a flow state. It's hard for me to have breakthrough, innovative, big ideas when I'm overwhelmed, when I'm stressed, and I've got a ton of things on my mind. So how can I cleanse my mind and free up that brain space for things that are worthy of that brain space? And operational efficiency is my approach or my contribution towards allowing for more brain space.